Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the amino acids, the basic structure, and the special functional groups present within them. There we have discussed that these amino acids, they are the monomers, and by the bonding of these monomers, polymer units are formed. And these polymers of the monomer units, which are the amino acids, they forms a complex structure which are called as proteins. So as proteins, they are the class of most important compounds which are found in living organisms. It has been derived from the Greek word proteos, which means first. So they are the main organic constituents of the body, such as muscle, skin, hair, nails, etc. They carry on different types of vital life processes in the human system. So as we have discussed in the previous class, the proteins, they are macromolecules. They would be found in the acid insoluble fraction, means within the retentate category, along with the polysaccharides, along with the nucleic acids and lipids. But although we have discussed that lipids, they are macromolecules, but their molecular weight is ranging within the category of micromolecules. The reason we have discussed before also. So we'll discuss about in detail about the proteins. As proteins, they are the built up of a large number of alpha amino acids molecules interlocked by the elimination of water between the amino group of one acid molecule and the carboxylic group of the other molecule. So we have discussed that the amino acids, they are substituted methanes, and also we have discussed that the functional groups which are linked to a common carbon atom, and this carbon atom was called as the alpha carbon atom. And we may say that proteins, they are the polypeptides, means chains of, we can say they are the linear chains of amino acids which are linked by the peptide bonds as shown in the figure. We may observe a basic structure of just a fragment of protein, that how the peptide bond is formed. Here we have drawn a single amino acid where we have discussed that amino group is on the left hand side. R is the functional group which is variable for different amino acids. COH group is on the right side, and the other amino acid, that is the NH2, is it to the left side, and the carboxylic group is it to the right side. So here the carboxylic group of the left one amino acid and the amino group of the other amino acid, they form a bond, a hydrogen bond, and by the elimination of a water molecule, that bond is formed, and that bond is called as peptide bond. So we can observe the OH from this first amino acid and the hydrogen atom from this second amino acid, it gets eliminated in the form of a water molecule to form a peptide bond, and thus this compound is formed by the addition of two amino acids. So it is called as a dipeptide, and we can see here the bond which has been formed here is called the peptide bond, which is CONH bond. So by the removal of this OH and the H group, what we can see, C double bond O, and it will bond with the nitrogen and hydrogen. So like that it will form the bond CONH bond, which is called the peptide bond. So the proteins, they are the polypeptides of the particular, we can say, the linear chains of the amino acids which are linked by the peptide bonds. So in this way very long chains can be built up. Now the third amino acid, we may join it here. The amino terminal group would be towards this side, and like that. So we may try to make the a chain of, we can say, linear chain of amino acids to form the protein. So we may define proteins that as condensation polymers of alpha amino acids and having peculiar overall structure which determines their specific physiological functions in the living organisms. So we also know that amino acids, they are bifunctional molecules. Means at one end they are having the amino group and the other end they are having the carboxylic group. So they are bifunctional molecules with the amino group at one end and the carboxylic group at the other end. So therefore the carboxylic group of one molecule and the amino group of the other molecule, they interact by the elimination of water to form an amide-like linkages which are called the peptide bonds. So the product is a peptide and the grouping, which is the CONH, is called a peptide linkage or peptide bond. So peptides, they are further designated as dipeptides. For example, we may see here in the case shown here, two amino acids, they have been linked together. So it is an example of dipeptide. Likewise, if three amino acids, they are joined together by the elimination of two molecules of water, then tripeptide would be formed. Likewise, if four amino acids are joined, then it would be called as tetrapeptide, and so on, according as they contain 2, 3 or 4 amino acid molecules joined together in the same fashion. So in general, they are referred to as polypeptides. As the word poly, it means more than one, and a polypeptide may be, we can say, a chain of amino acids, and we can say a protein is a heteropolymer, not a homopolymer. So as we have discussed that there are about 20 types of amino acids, and so a protein is a heteropolymer, not a homopolymer. Means it is made up of more than one type of amino acid link sequence. We have discussed about the homopolymers in the case of carbohydrates. So homopolymer, we can say they have only one type of monomer repeating n number of times. For example, starch or cellulose, we have discussed that they are made up of one type of monomeric units, which were the glucose. The glucose, they were joined in a linear sequence and they are forming the polysaccharide, which were the starch or cellulose. But in the case of proteins, they are heteropolymers, means they are made up of more than one type of amino acids. We have also discussed there are certain amino acids which cannot be prepared by our body, means they are to be fulfilled through our diet. So they were categorized under the essential amino acids, means our body require it from outside source. So essential amino acids, they are to be fulfilled through the dietary supplements, whereas there are certain amino acids which can be produced by our body, so they are not required by the outside source. So they were categorized as non-essential amino acids. Now we'll try to understand that the proteins, they carry out many important functions in living organisms. For example, they help in the transportation of the nutrients across the plasma membrane. So as we have discussed, within the structure of the plasma membrane, these proteins, they play an important role in the transportation of the molecules or substances across the plasma membrane. We have discussed about the permeases, which helps as carriers for the transporting of the molecules or substances across the plasma membrane. These proteins, they also play an important role in the formation of protective proteins, which are called as antibodies, which fights with the infectious agents, the infectious microbes, to kill them to destroy them so that we can stay healthy. So they are also made up of proteins, just like the hormones, which are the chemical messengers present within our body, which play an important role in the proper physiological functioning of the body. Some of the hormones, they are also peptidal in nature. For example, the insulin, which is also a peptidal hormone. Likewise, enzymes, most of the enzymes also, they are also made up of proteins, as well as cellular matrix, they are also made up of proteins. Along with that, certain receptors, or we can say the receptors which are present for the proper cell signaling function, they are also made up of these proteins. The fact which is given is that the collagen, which is the most abundant protein in the animal world. So in our body also, the collagen, which is the most abundant protein in the animal world, in our body also it is present, the collagen. And the most important aspect, which is the Rubisco, which stands, that is ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase, it is the abundant protein in the whole biosphere. So this is an special enzyme in the case of plants, which helps in the process of photosynthesis. So we have discussed about the polypeptides, means the proteins. They are the linear chains of amino acids linked by the peptide bonds. So they are the, we can say, the condensation polymers of the alpha amino acids, and by the removal of the molecule of water and the formation of peptide bond, the chain of amino acids are formed. So till so far here, in the next class we'll discuss about the structure of proteins. Thank you. Have a nice day.